This episode of Cookin Somethin is brought to you by our good friends Noom. I'm at an airport waiting for luggage, and this really nice couple came up to me, close, and she said, "Home style cookery." And then I think she realized what she did, and then she was just like, "We just love you." She walked away. And if that was you, I appreciate you for doing it. I just don't know where to go from there. It's been a couple minutes since we've cooked from Homestyle Cookery. So today on Cookin Somethin, we're bringing some shit back from number Deuce, the Deuce book. My second book. We're gonna make a fucking tourtière today, okay? Tourtière, Quebec. You ever been to fucking Quebec? You been there? It's a province in Canada full of French people. They're great. Got not a damn thing funny to say about Quebecers. Mincemeat beef pie. Usually served with a side of rutabaga, French fries, whatever the fuck you want. Some gravy, most of the time some just really good ketchup. The first thing that we gotta do when we're making tourtière is make a pie dough, because we're making meat pie. Tourtière, it's French for meat pie. It's pretty much an equal parts butter and flour, but not really. There's a recipe in my book. Do I even read my own books? Do I remember the recipe in my own books? We know the answers. No. Butter, water, flour, butter, flour, water. Okay, it's easy. Okay, let's make it. Put all your flour in there. We got 3 cups. We got 3 sticks unsalted butter, cubed, cold. We can add a pinch of salt. Here we go, lid on. And what we're gonna do is just pulse until the butter is incorporating with the flour. The colder it is, the flakier your dough's gonna be. If it's like room temperature, it's just gonna melt and it's gonna be shit. And now we're gonna add just enough ice cold water and it's gonna pull it together, okay? So what you see, it's kind of crumbly. Once again, that's kind of good. And you can see it's not sticky, but it comes together like a loving couple. So that is where we need to be. Punch out this dough onto the cutting board real quick. Look at that. And you don't need to, it's almost like a biscuit. And you don't want to work it and knead it. So we're just gonna put it into a little bit of a circle. Now that we got it into this shape, I'm gonna cut it into 2. And now, once again, just fold it onto itself because we're making a bottom and a top to the pie dough. And then we just wrap it up. And once it's into the plastic, we can push it down a little flatter. So now we put this into the fridge for 30 minutes. It can last for a couple days. You know, I'd say like 2-3 days in the fridge. This is good. It's literally butter and flour. And now let's watch an amazing integration by our beloved friends Noom. Recently I started working out, as you can tell, and I thought I needed to change my eating habits to see a difference. Bye-bye meatball subs. See you later, Sunday gravy. But guess what? Noom is teaching me that I can still eat the big dog meals. Noom is a consumer-led digital health platform. It's a combo of human coaches, psychological, and science to empower people to take control of their own health. Did a couple quizzes. Next thing you know, I got a coach. What up, Laura? And my own classes to follow. Now all I gotta do is weigh in, couple OBs. Noom keeps you on track to meet and exceed all of your goals, long beyond your planned length, building good habits. It's still early days for me, but I like it so far. Click the link in the description below if you want to try out Noom for yourself. To take your free Noom evaluation. It's easy and quick. It helps to build your custom plan. We all gotta start somewhere. Now I can enjoy this tourtière I'm about to make while keeping my health and lifestyle goals in check. Thank you again to our friends at Noom. Let's go. We're gonna make our mince now. We have to make our meat filling to make a tourtière. We have onions, leeks, and celery. And then the rutabaga is gonna be our side component because I do want a little bit of a mash. What I wanna do is cut all of our vegetables so we have a lot of nice flavor. So I'm just taking some celery stalk And we're just gonna cut everything to kind of like a small or medium dice, depending on your skill set. Once again, doesn't really matter. It's all gonna kind of melt away. Melt some butter, throw in your celery. There seems to be like a lot of butter in there, and guess what? It's okay, because we want to really kind of make this rich and delicious. So we only need like half an onion. You know, that's plenty. We got a nice leek here. Cut little strips once again. I'm using pretty much only the white parts of the leek because the green's a little bit tough. We just want a little bit of that leek, okay? We got our vegetables are cooking. We don't want any kind of like color. We just want it translucent, nice and soft. Our cast iron pan is definitely getting warm. Got a little oil here. And now we're gonna brown our ground beef. So just slide that in there and we just leave it alone. I just wanna push this down and kind of cover as much surface as possible. At this point, I am gonna add just some salt and some fresh cracked pep. We're just gonna leave this and let it fry up on the bottom. I want it to be nice and crispy. This is a rutabaga. This is my favorite veg. If you were to be like, Matty, gun to your head, favorite vegetable, this, a rutabaga. I always cut the tops and the tails off, and then I'm just gonna kinda use my knife and peel off the extra layer here. It's got a tougher skin. We're gonna just cube this up, and then we're gonna boil it. A little bit of salt, let's get some salt in there. Got our veggies cooking. Now let's add our spices. So we got the ground clove, ground cardamom, ground cinnamon, ground mace, ground star anise. Our measurements here about a tablespoon each. Oh yeah. And then we just mix this into our vegetables. I'm just gonna take a little beef stock and add it here and deglaze just enough just to cover. It's just gonna make it easier to incorporate. And see, so this is gonna be our mixture here that we're gonna pour all over this meat. And the smell, oh, it's like cinnamon toast crunch. So we can turn this off the heat. That's done. You getting crispy? Yeah, it's getting crispy. Look, see? Golden brown. And we're just gonna mix this up and just brown it up, brown it up. We're gonna add more salt. We have our amazing onions, celery, leeks, butter, and now just incorporate all that flavor. So because we're putting this into a pie dough, we don't really want it to be too wet inside. You can just take some flour. We're just gonna kind of sprinkle it around, and you don't need a lot of it. And it's gonna soak up a lot of that fat, like a little meat slurry within it, but you can just sprinkle it right in. It's okay, it's gonna soak it all up. You can turn the heat off right now. I'm gonna just do a couple little squitches of Worcestershire and little drops of soy, not a lot, just a couple little drops. There we go, that's it. We're on just a little bit of the liquid of the water from the rutabaga. Sometimes you gotta switch it up a little bit. Just add a little je ne sais quoi. What we wanna do is cool this down. You can take this, if it's cold outside, which it probably is, just take it, put it out on your porch, put it out on a windowsill. I got a windowsill over here. Just put it over here. Don't put it over here, that won't last. Never mind, okay? Fuck it. Welcome back to the show where I'm cooking tourtière, where we're making a pie out of mincemeat pies. Take a pie and cook it in the oven. When you take it out, it's filled with hamburger. Our mince, we left it outside. Look, it's nice and cold, okay? That's what you want, that's what you're looking for. Let's drain the rutabagas. See, look at this. This is so beautiful. I love this vegetable. Like, look how beautiful that is, don't you think? We got a quarter pound of butter here, unsalted. We added salt to it. Just break it apart. I don't want this to be like whippy. We just take it and we smush it. We smush it. The rutabaga mash, this is it. Here, I'm gonna put this in a little container. We're literally using the oven to make the pie. Once it gets golden brown, we'll pop that in for a couple minutes. So we have our fridge cold little pâtés here. You can see it's still not sticky. It's dense, it's buttery, it's good to go. Here we go, flour up your little board, flour up your little roll here. We're just gonna gently roll out our pie dough. And I'm not applying a lot of pressure. We're just gonna kinda push it down, push it around nice and soft. We're gonna make a big circle that's gonna be the bottom of the pan. It needs to be bigger than this. So this is like 12 inches. So we need it to be like almost like 14 inches wide. And you don't want it super thin either. Here we go. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of flour in the bottom here. So you can take your dough, kind of just roll it up like this. And then we're just gonna put it over like this. Let all the edges, we're just gonna let it fall in. Just take your cold mince and you just gotta fill it up to the rim. And what I'm kind of doing is building a little mound in the middle, and then I'll be able to kind of push it back in so it's nice. I want it really as tight as possible. I don't want there to be like loose meat. I want it to be as packed in as we can. This is a big tourtière. This will feed a lot of people. It's good. Let's roll out our top, and you can kind of see the butter swirls in here. Little butter swirls. That's what makes the dough good. You know, the life tip of the day, obviously, on Cookin Somethin, you take a lot of butter. You take a lot of flour. And what you get at the end, if you just take a little bit of care, is a light, flaky, beautiful crust. And I think that's what shows us is it's not the individual ingredient. It's how we come together. You got to pick your nose to taste a booger, you know? You got to wipe your ass to clean your ass. These are things. Bring your tourtière back up here. We're gonna lay it down. And what we want to do, just find your edge here. So get your pastry scissors out. We're gonna just trim some excess pastry away. And you want about, you know, 1/4 inch overhanging, not much, just a little bit. So you just want to take your little fingers and make like a little C, and then you just pinch and you push into it and you make your little flaky crust. Once again, I am not a good pastry chef, but you know what? We like to make good food. You want something to breathe. You want the steam to be able to come up a little bit. It's not perfect, but you know what? Nobody is. Egg wash on. And I want this like golden brown. And we're gonna get all our little nooks, all of our little nooks. And we're just gonna do a little salt crust. Doesn't this look beautiful, actually? I'm very impressed with myself. The oven is preheated to 375, and we're in the middle rack, baby. I'm gonna turn the timer on. Let's do 30 minutes at 375, A-okay. We got a full convection oven going here, middle rack. Look at that, that's picture perfect. We're gonna let our tourtière bake, and then that's it, okay? Hold on to your fucking hats. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. It's not Christmas. Okay, this is perfect. This is what you want your tourtières to look like. This looks beautiful. You know what feels good? Doing something that takes time and doing it well and getting something like this at the end. So what we gotta do is we're gonna heat up our rutabagas. So just take this, turn the oven off even. Throw it in there. You could have an array of mashed potatoes, turnips, glazed carrots, you know, fucking a hot diaper, whatever you want to put in there and keep it warm. Let's check out the pie. Look at this, there's no ooze, and so there's no liquid bubbling up, ruining the dough. It's all contained, and now we just have to let it genuinely cool off for about 15, 20 minutes. But the time that it took to cook and golden brownify our pie crust was about an hour at 350, preheated up. See, look at this crusty, crispy crabs. Let me bring a little, oh. Let's cut it, shall we? Right now, this could be a really big moment for everybody, or it could all fall apart right here. Yeah, just break the rest of the pie to get to this though. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh. Let's get the rutabaga. We got some rutabaga, hot. This is gonna blow everyone's mind. Get ketchup, boom. Thank you. And this is lights fucking out. Like my friend said, Brian Richet, beige and unremarkable. But when you cook it with love, when you cook it with me, we get this. This is the tourtière we deserve. This is fucking crazy. The ketchup is so crucial. It's so crucial to everything about this. You need to eat this with ketchup. Got a hot pocket in there. That was a hot pocket. Do you see this? See my book? Real life shit. Real life shit. Real deal. I'm still the worst, best cook you've ever seen. Look at that. You can make this from here. This book. This book gives you everything. You give yourself what you need because you're doing something you've never done before, and you get a great reward at the end. There is a pot of gold at the end of every rainbow. You just have to rain a little bit to get those colors alive.